Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thanks to the attendees who have taken the time to attend the speech event. What an honor for me to stand here and deliver a speech. First, let us praise the presence of the merciful God who has bestowed our pleasures for the health, the opportunities, and the happiness we feel today. Without His mercy, it is impossible for all of us to enjoy this. Secondly, salat and greeting remain for the Prophet Muhammad SAW, who has been fighting for Islam and getting us on the path of Allah Almighty. Ladies and gentlemen, let me begin by asking you a question. Which country do we live now? Yes, we live in Indonesia, a country that is rich in cultural heritage. The world knows that Indonesia is a country that is rich in diversity of cultural heritage, which can be important value for the Indian people and deserve to be preserved. Not only does it have a unique culture, but various cultures belonging to the Indian people are also worldwide. As stated in Ministry of Education and Culture website, up until now, Indonesia has succeeded recording 12 UNESCO World Intangible Cultural Heritage, namely wayang, keris, batik, batik education and training, angklung, saman dance, 3 genres of Balinese dance, nokens, kapal pinisi, pencak silat, pantun, and gamelan. And who are we in Indonesia? We are the youth generation of Indonesia. Is there anything we can do to preserve our cultural heritage? Yes, for sure. Recently, Indonesian culture are increasingly forgotten by the young generation. It is slowly eroded by modernization things. Teens and youngsters of Indonesia are rarely learning about Indonesian culture, such as singing traditional songs, dancing, studying local dance, and many others. So, how can you keep the culture sustainable? Here, I would like to give 5 ideas how to preserve Indonesian culture. The first is use local product of Indonesia. It could be one of the efforts to preserve the culture. When you choose to buy and use Indonesian product, you do not only help to preserve our culture, but also help Indonesian economy stronger. The second is sharing your culture art through the technology. You could start to make such a video or vlog about the unique art in local environment, then share it through social media. The third is speak your local language. Is that able to speak Indonesia? It could be great if you could speak local language really well. Local language is also an asset of the culture. Do you still speak local language, but also called mother language in daily activity? Some of you might be strongly use local language or couldn't speak local language at all. Fortunately, there is a lesson that learning the local language in some school in Indonesia. However, some students sometimes don't really practice it in their daily activity. The next one is watch the traditional art performance. For those who like seeing an international artist concert with not so over the press, have you counted how many times you watch Indonesian traditional puppets or traditional dance? Unfortunately, some of you would say never. If you have recorded enough to preserve the culture of Indonesia, you could try to watch Indonesian traditional art performance. The last one is cook the traditional food. If you love culinary, trying some traditional recipe is a good thing to do. Today, the world of culinary is already developed well. Some people even make it as the business. However, it has already been difficult to find traditional food in fancy restaurants. It could be an idea for your business if you love cooking. Those are the things that you could do to preserve our cultural heritage. Remember, Indonesia has a great number of culture. You need to keep and preserve them as your cultural heritage. Don't let people from other countries claim them as their culture. That's all for me. I hope my speech will be useful for you all. Thank you for your next consideration. The last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.